Hello, glorious people from the underworld above. I'm a not so graceful host. You can call me Murnock. You can call me Sherlock. Just don't ever call me late for dinner. Do let me know how you're doing in that place down there where we can converse. It's got comments above it. I would love to hear from you. But I did a writing just a little bit ago, not about a week ago. It was inspired by a special person who brought up a very good point. I'll get to that point. But it is called The Intellect of a Common Man. We would define a common man as someone mundane, an average Joe. Only by being rich or knowledgeable or even wise can we be considered extraordinary. However, every single person starts common, whether your parents are rich or not. The money is not yours, for you did not earn it. As children, we are all common. Within our innocent state, we understand unity. However, over time, we are taught selfishness and division. Like any other memory bank, our memory can only hold so much. Your mind will determine important information and unimportant information. Our minds can be manipulated to believe irrelevant information is actually important. Every human had common sense at one point. This common sense we actually figured out ourselves. Most common sense is about how to treat others and our planet. Common sense isn't so common anymore, since the society has promoted selfish manipulation and taking advantage of others. We are told life is a ladder to be climbed. Our common sense has been replaced with common excuse. If I don't, someone else will. Or, I want, so I will get, no matter what. However, people don't look at these things as rewards. People look at these things as rightful possessions, as if they are owed. They have an entitlement. However, God does not gift the unworthy, and the only way to be worthy is to put in work. Work. A terrifying word for someone who feels entitled. Just another Tuesday for someone who doesn't. Whether we believe it or not, common sense is still very present in everyone. People have merely chosen to ignore it and follow a path of instant gratification. Unfortunately, a person who does not earn the rewards will never appreciate it. They will see everything as not only replaceable, but easily replaceable. While those who earn their rewards put in the same value on it as they do their own life, seeing that that's what it takes. Giving a piece of your life, time, energy into something allows your mind to correspond that value with the reward. Now, I understand there are a lot of people, their favorite saying is that common sense is dead. Which, ouch. Looking at it from the outside, yes, common sense is kind of dead. However, common sense lives well within all of us. It is that little voice that says, hey, you probably shouldn't treat that person like that. Or, hey, you probably shouldn't take that from that person. These are the common senses that we have, is actually how to treat other people fairly, justly, and how to treat our world fairly and justly. Unfortunately, we all know that this world not only wants division, but the powers that be require division. They can never have us unite, because then we would find the truth, and then they would lose all of their power and control. I looked up the meaning of the word control, And the definition of it is the ability or the power to influence something or someone into a certain outcome. The power to influence is control. And this is why control is so fluid. Because it doesn't hold on to one person simply because of one thing. Everybody has the ability to control. Perfect example. Every single person has control of themselves. You do. You have the ability, the power to influence, yourself. Yes. So, everybody has control. Now, with that control, in turn comes power, right? I did not look up the word power. You can do that on your own. So, people correspond control with power. Because if you have the ability to influence, then you have the power, right? And it makes sense to me. But what they're not understanding is that control of another is very much I had the word and then it goes away, and then I had the word and then it goes away. I don't understand this. An illusion. The ability to control someone else is an illusion. Because you never actually contain that full control. Because at any point in time, this person can decide something else. Because they have full control over themselves. I say raise my hand raises. And with that, I believe, there are people who are also playing into that. And in turn causing division. The only thing you can control is yourself, so you might as well just focus on yourself and only yourself and don't care about anyone else. That's not right. You still need to you still need to care about other people. And you can't just solely care about yourself. That is allegiance to yourself. And it's quite easy to only care about yourself. That's not the difficult thing. The difficult thing is to care about others even while knowing they will not care about you. Because why care about someone else just to get them to care about you? Kind of seems a little selfish. If anything, care about someone else so that they can see that there is actually still caring within the world. And they may not come to you and say that they care, but maybe they will go to someone else and say that they care. And there are those people that have their small little net and their little clique, right? And do not care about anyone outside of this clique. Well, that's not right either. That I'm not understanding either. One second. I try to stay as low key as I can. But it's not about, oh, well, I care about one person, so I'm good. But what about everybody else? Because I don't care who you are. Everybody, every single person on this planet wants to be loved. They do. Every single person on this planet wants to be cared for. Not taken care of, cared for, cared about. Yes? I think we can all agree with this. But we were taught at a young age, the only one you can rely on is yourself. Even our parents teach us this. Because society has instilled, when you become an adult, the only person you can care about is yourself. It's true to an extent. The only person you can care about is not yourself. You should care for yourself, yes, and you should not put others before yourself all the time. Use discernment. But you should not be putting yourself above others all the time. Not all the time. It's called sacrifice. But that goes into the next point. Reward. If I just handed you $1,000 without you doing anything, I imagine you're going to take that $1,000 and you're going to blow it right away without a care in the world. Right? You go to work for that $1,000 and you're going to be a little more mindful of where this money goes. Right? That's the difference. One, you had no effort, no work, no energy into. I'm doing this. Leave me alone. And the other, you had to put all of your work, all of your effort, all of your energy into. And if we know anything about people, the first thing that they value in life is life. They value their own lives before they value anything else. Which you kind of have to. Kind of. So, you putting your time and energy into something, every minute that you put into that, you are actually putting value to it. Your value. Your own value. Because just because you worked for something, you see the value of it, they will not. Because they didn't work. They didn't do what you did. They didn't sacrifice what you did. And without that sacrifice, it will not be appreciated. And it'll be whatever to them. Oh, I can just get more. That's the attitude. It was given to me once, it'll be given to me again. That's the entitlement. And people believe that they are owed something. Here, get this out of my pocket. That's irritating. People believe that they are owed something. But that would be their pride. Because they believe that they are more important. That doesn't make sense to me. Excuse me. Out of billions of people, you're more important. Okay. Let's do a little experiment. How about we have one person, okay, and we will go just with the basics. All right. So, this one person, grow your own food, okay, hunt your own food, okay, gather your own water, okay. Kind of sounds like going off grid, doesn't it? Do these things, okay, and then on top of that, maintain people, govern people, manage resources. I mean, I can keep going. Not only manage the resources, but go and get the resources. You need people. No one person is more greater, for every job is important. I hope that makes sense. And I know there are these influentials that really promote hate. Everything has become a competition. I use these people as an example because they, I believe, figured it out quite well. Native Americans. No one job was greater to them, for every job was important. Every job was required. Nobody was in a competition with anyone because they understood they were working together to live, to survive, to elevate. You know who didn't understand? You know who came and exploited everything? And it's not to get race or anything like that. It is the simple fact of a lot of people and a little people. A lot of people they're beyond having to survive. And therefore, if you have more people than required jobs, people get envious because maybe someone's not doing as much work. However, that can be corrected. Equality. You have more people than you have jobs, well then maybe you need to split those jobs just a little bit more to ease the workload so we can live harmoniously. But I have always been drawn into the Native Americans and their traditions and their culture because they respected and respect, right to this day, the earth and everything on it. Respected. And that is what we all supposed to be doing. I do not claim any one religion. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. Everything is connected. All the religions are connected. However, they've done some stupid shit to create division. But, I mean, Native Americans were meditating before anybody else. They were. Native Americans understood energy. Native Americans saw the programs without knowing that they were programs. They were gods just like anybody else thought they were. But there was still one god for them, and then broken off into more gods. And now look at the Native Americans today. Casted out, just about forgotten. We're not going to talk about how they're treated, even today. But, again, it's a perfect example, okay? Now, the only reason why the white man got so advanced so quick is because they had horses, donkeys, and created mules. North America, all they had were buffalo. I bet you did not know that the white man actually brought horses over here. It's true. The Europeans actually brought horses over here. There were no horses. So, the Europeans were able to elevate, quicker because of the tools that they had. The horses. Starting that again today. And the Europeans made a choice to exploit for power and control. Native Americans made a choice to coexist and to not take more than they need. Now, what happened? The Europeans came over here and forcefully possessed land as if entitled to it. As if it was their God-given right, in a sense. And look what we're doing with it. Are we appreciating it at all? I don't think so. Look at all the pollution. Look at all the sinkholes. You know what a sinkhole is the result of? A sinkhole forms when the underground water is taken away and leaves an empty space. And over time, that empty space gets filled with dirt from above it, which creates the sinkhole. live much simpler lives. We could. And at the same time, we don't need to necessarily. However, we need to shift our focuses from I want to species needs. We all live within this world together. We all go through the same trials and tribulations. We all have to worry about the same things. But yet we are in competition with each other. Where did it shift? I mean, in Europe, it's always been this way, hasn't it? It's always been a competition. The rich versus the poor. The scholars versus the peasants. They have always been in competition with each other, and it is literally just for power and control. The influence to determine. Why do you need that? Why do you need the power to influence? And then what are you influencing? We promote selfishness. We promote greed. Up. You can go up. There you go. We promote hate. We promote lust. We do not promote unity. Unless it benefits us. Everybody unite under me so that I can reap the benefits and not share it all. But you're a butterfly. Squirrel. But I'ma get out of here. I ain't gonna take up any more of your time. Until next time. I'm the Hermit. These are Lessons of the Hermit. And I will see you later.